Duzhestayhigh. Oh, excuse fucking with me. I'm just giving y'all this little, what I call, or what I do for myself in a way. You know, I'm a fake gamer. I grew up when the game systems and everything was coming out and popping up type deal. Pre all your PS2, 5, 6, 9, 12s and shit. Xbox Affinities and shit. You know what I'm saying? Old school Atari. I mean, what's it called? Yeah, Atari and all that type shit. You know what I'm saying? I came at like what that was like. Well, I came up with the Nintendo and Sega as it migrated or transgressed into what we see today on both sides. You know, you got your Dreamcast and all these other different little individual game systems throughout time. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, I'm a gamer to a point. I only play one game now anyway. That's basketball. I guess that's based around. I'm giving y'all a little loose base bio or intel on me. It does it within reference of speaking because you know, it's like you know, if I didn't, if I would have steadied the course, if you will, stayed on the path. You know, something I tell myself now more so than ever for as motivation to keep the head straight. You know what I'm saying? Keep my mind clear. Uh, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is like something like I guess, you know, we all have this if I would have did this different type thought, I'm pretty sure. You know, like for me, you know, if I would have went on and played ball, this and that, this and that. I mean, I had the level of skills and the potential to become one of the greats. You know, it's not just me necessarily talking when reference on myself, because I know everybody feel like in truth, in some aspects where we can analyze individually, we all are great, but we're great in our own little way. You know what I'm saying? You might be great at this, and I might be great at that. So, but you know, so in reference to speaking, you know, this is me kind of living out the one of the goals sets I had growing up as a child, if you will. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? See, I seen myself as a structural engineer. You know what I'm saying? NBA player, you know, type deal. Investments within the community and so forth. Well, because I would have had the necessary financial resources to do a lot of great projects, a lot of great things. So now, based around my choices in the adolescence phase, now if I put it on a cosmic level, we're still in the adolescence phase, even though I might be at 1,976. You know what I'm saying? But that's nothing, like I said, on the cosmic level. But, you know, in reference to speak, I'm going to just give y'all a little game time action where I gather my thoughts. That's because I'm putting together a couple of, I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all, if y'all been following or checking out the channel, hopefully, you know what I mean, that I I got a little series. I've been throwing it into the animated type version or comic strip style recently, more so because, you know, like I say, I'm trying to build everything up to properly produce this project that I'm working on, Smoker's Life. You know what I'm saying? The Human Warrior Gods, you know. And it's gonna break down a base background of that is like, let's say, a lot of our thoughts or patterns or the information that has been withheld from us that unlocks oh no, let me rephrase it. Let me say these keys that unlocks these doors to, you know, the things within us that makes us great or greater than what we are. You know what I mean? Like if you when we talk about or speak about the third eye, you know, the pineal gland that is calcified in a state of what we call or what I'm gonna use the reference of saying uh like a cryostasis position. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just it had to be reawakened. And from my studies and my learning and the information I've been putting together and everything, a lot of it is rooted in type of dietary, and that dietary consists of different parts, and those different parts consist of what we recognize as food, especially when you hear the word dietary. You know what I'm saying? But it goes beyond that as well, because the food that we consume, we think physical within reference of, ooh, let me get some of them apples and tomatoes and type so forth, whatever. But it's like the food for your brain, you know what I mean? All these different variables and that coincide with one another. It, it gets wild, man, when you actually translate a lot of things that we never probably took the time to actually understand in its full entirety, based around a lot of principles of how we've been educated, not realizing the education that we received, thinking that if I don't work hard and learn all of this information, that most of it retains useless to me in my life and how I'm living, or you know what I mean? Like, how does this benefit me? I mean, I'm not saying everything we learn in hell, because if we analyze the word itself, and like I said, we get into the etymology and break down the word school, shul, or Sheol, when translated to hell, if we get into the Hebraic language and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So, in reference of speaking, I mean, this is what information that I've uncovered or been checking out, or just been the questions that I have. You know what I'm saying? Personally, where I'm just like, hey, so why is that? So once that thought initiates in my brain, for me personally, and the way I perceive a lot of things based around what I know governs how we operate, which is sound and image. You know what I'm saying? Sound and image. That's the frequencies in which we don't recognize. Motherfucker. Good rip. You got, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Fuck. I know I thought I had it last. Damn, first turnover, man. Bullshit. And, and for me, like, what I'm saying? Like when I say this helps me go into a certain type of thought process to analyze or process what's going on or what's happening in my life. You know what I'm saying? So, like a turnover right there. I just had created a turnover trying to force or take that risk that if I really paid attention to it, the risk was too high. And in the back of my mind, subconsciously speaking, I knew that it wasn't probably my probability of success was minimal. You know what I'm saying? So I probably shouldn't be talking in that manner, but it's kind of how I talk sometimes in reference, I guess fake intellectual sounding like, oh, you nigga know something. Nah, but real though, man. We all know something. It might not be what translate into what some people might call consciousness. We all conscious, but what is the level or elevation of your consciousness? Far as the information that you obtain, absorb, take in, and how do you utilize that? And I'm in the learning stage, honestly, of utilizing a lot of that. That's why I'm more adamant about building this production company, trying to develop and create, hopefully be able to, with support and the proper support and investments and people on the team, to say, well, we can actually create some real life changing events. I'm gonna phrase it in that manner because I mean I'm not saying people and these entities or that we look at as corporations or companies or businesses and so forth that provide a certain level or tax write-off, if you will, you know what I'm saying, to help people. But I'm talking about creating a world of based society where no one has to deal with a lot of the basic, most common stress levels that we always everybody deal with. Put it like it, everybody go through. It's like looking at healthcare and shit. Why don't we have free healthcare? Why isn't it not set up in a way that, regardless of what happens to you or what you might contract or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that you cannot receive or get or obtain the proper care that you need to heal or help heal, or at least because we actually have everything we need here to heal everything that we deal with. But we don't really recognize the hold that these, like I said, entities, whether it's governmental or corporate and so forth, where it's about a form or a type of control over the masses. It's funny for me in reference of paying attention or through my observation of the world that I'm seeing. I know because we all can have our own different sets of lenses that we look through, what we call our eyeballs. You know what I mean? You get into the retina and the this nerve and the optic and all that. But that's why I say sign and image, and this is what it plagues us and keeps us in a disillusional state. While our mind operates dysfunctionally, not according to the laws of nature, but forced into the laws of man. I'm gonna let that sit and simmer while I try to finish this up real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to take off on these motherfuckers. You know, we dominating. You know, I'm a diehard Atlanta fan, Hawks. I ride when, it's like back when they had Spud Webb, Dominique Wilkins, Kevin Willis, and all them motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? But that's probably before some of y'all time. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm 1,976 years in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So from what I've seen up to this point, a lot of good, a lot of bad. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? I probably could actually I can, because I have been on both sides of it in different ways. First say, we don't need to get into details, even though we might discuss some subjects because what they call statute of limitations. Is that what it's called? Nah, I just fuck with y'all, man. I'm just tripping right now, man. Just trying to relax within concept of dealing with a lot recently, just based off of just trying to get everything in order. You know what I'm saying? And like if I was a religious person, I'm no longer fall under the religious title based around, like I said, my education or re-education, should I rephrase that in a better term of speaking, and how I've learned so much information about what we've been taught on so many different levels that is not accurate. You see what I'm saying? It's not accurate. It's not saying that information is not necessarily real, but that's like saying, okay, let's go back to the conference of Nicene, or the Nicene conference with Constantine, and he ordained all these, and will give us today what we look at or recognize as our modern day, or the King James Version Bible, which King James came along once he got the version that Constantine put together and kind of put his own personal spin on it. You just man, it goes into a whole lot of stuff, but most people they know. That's why they had that old saying. What's that old saying? If you don't want a motherfucker to know, or somebody to know something, just stick it in the book. Cause the average person don't read. The average person don't even take hold, or I mean, like I say, this is based around my observation and perception of the world around me that I'm looking through, that I'm seeing, per se. You know what I'm saying? I know some folks that love to read and have books and whatever. Like I said, I've been working to develop and trying to build my little library back up. But one time I had a mean little fake little library, man. I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? It had about like 4 shelves full. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like 6 foot shelves, you know what I'm saying? Like, like like each bookshelf had like an average of 6 to 8 shelves on it. You know what I'm saying? All different types of books. You know what I'm saying? Do it yourselves, the encyclopedias and Britannicas, and the different versions of encyclopedias, different versions of Bibles and books, and from get into like we get into Hinduism and all these different things, man. But through the I say, oh, how should I say it? I say the transgressions of life in which we go through, from the choices we put or bring about, or causes from our actions or thoughts or whatever, blah 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 type deal. You just made a wrong choice. You just made a bad decision, and by those choices or those decisions, which creates this different version or course of your life in which you're going, or the journey that you're on, taking through. Like, say if everybody lived according, I say according, based around their thoughts or dreams or goals, and had the proper discipline and vision to see them through, where would the world be today in a concept of understanding people in general, as far as just uh, based around nature and humanity? You know what I'm saying? Because most people, I mean, far as all the cultures that I had the opportunity to encounter, the diversity of the groups, of ethnic groups, you know what I'm saying? Most people is just people, you know what I'm saying? We all just trying to live, eat, make sure our family well taken care of, and comfortable type deal. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and like I say, that's my perception. That's of around my observation of what I've seen in personalized experience. So, in reference of thought, and see how I created that, even though I didn't really do nothing necessarily, I did, because I pride myself on defense, and that's what keeps me going day to day. what you recognize as defense, or what we call defense, it's like saying that's how strong your faith is. That's how strong. See, I don't use this term. I'm gonna use this term for the religious folks. That's how strong your belief is. You see what I'm saying? I understand this because it's like, where do you see yourself? I see myself standing in a good position, a great position, if no other position, at making sure that my family is straight at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Loved ones. You know what I'm saying? You know, because, you know, we have a conception of family, especially in this generation time, because family is not blood thicker than water, but the people that you connect with, you relate to on multiple levels, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that regardless, at the end of the day, y'all have each other's back. You see what I'm saying? Family. We family, familiar. But we're being psychologically attacked and made to discern this very nature or concept of what we call family. To where now you see what used to be family turning on each other, killing each other, destroying each other. And this is how they break us apart as a whole. And that whole consists of all people in truth. I'm speaking in truth. This is coming from the cosmos. You know what I'm saying? The creator, if you will. Because he speaks through each and every one of us. Most times we don't take the time to actually listen, because we so bombarded and caught up in this everyday life and struggle and hustle trying to make it. But what is we, or where are we actually trying to make it to? Has anyone even asked themselves that real question? Because most people think when you make it, you got a pocket full of money, you're rich, you're wealthy, you done made it. But is that truly making it? We had to ask ourselves some real questions. And it's hard to sometimes swallow the most accurate answers in these responses to ourselves based around how we're living or what we're going through or whatever position in the world that or life that we stand in at this moment. But that's what I mean by defense. When I was making the point earlier and how that represents your faith. Or like I say, I don't use this term, but your belief. And that's, you know, on a religious level or however you might think or look at for your higher self. When I said your higher self, I know that's in representation and when you look it up for God or the most high God in truth, but yet we've been educated in a manner to look for God, and then we can only get to God is through somebody else. But that somebody else, through their own teachings that they teach or that they make reference to, tells you you can go straight to him. You ain't gotta go through me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay attention, man. That's why they gotta misinform, miseducate, redirect our thoughts to things that don't bear nature to our existence. But, you know, that's my perception or observation of the world. I can get some feedback, understanding or reference, motherfucker. Damn. Tripping, man. Give me a goddamn ball. Motherfucker. Man. This nigga all over rip the hell out of me, nigga. I'm already bullshitting with these turnovers. But most of the turnovers was in the adolescence, and that's looking at, through experience, I feel you gain wisdom. When I say through experience you gain wisdom, is because you had the opportunity to. Now I know. Now I see. Because I've experienced it myself personally, to know how that feels, or know what it's like to go through this or to go through that, to understand what it means, because I've experienced it personally, not based around what someone said or told me, or what I'm saying, reference off someone else's experience, even though you can do that to the extent of saying, like, hey, you know, this is what such and such, or what I find out through my little research of what people who deal with or go through, or what's most blah blah blah, so forth. But most of your understanding of wisdom, I feel like, comes based around a level of experience. I'm not saying I'm true, right, or none of that, but that's me within reference to speaking. You see what I'm saying? Where it's like, you can't necessarily, like, okay, put it like this. Like, because most people, probably every family in this country has somebody in that family that's considered a drug addict or drug user. Yeah, most of us are users of something. If we want to be truthful and real, right? Come on, people, let's not just hide. You know what I'm saying? You know how they teach us to just sweep shit under the rug and forget about it. It doesn't. It only works temporarily until you start tripping over all that shit under that rug that you done swept. You know what I mean? Now you got this hump in this motherfucker. Now you got this motherfucker build up. So our whole goal or focus now, or in today's whole process, is to learn who we are, what we are, our true selves, the nature and purpose of ourselves, and not accept what someone else is trying to tell us about ourselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like if I pull out a couple of these medical books I got over here. You know what I'm saying? It probably trip some of y'all out. Like, what? I mean, because some of these books I actually got, though, you know what I'm saying? That's what they study. That's what they use, you know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of what I do. You know, it's just kind of what I do. Shit, what books you read out of? What do y'all study in school books for to be a nurse doctor type of crap? You know what I'm saying? Okay, don't mean that you still gonna lose because you're dealing with me. You know me, I ain't going. Regardless, whatever I might be, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find a way to get it right, to make it right, to do better, and so forth. And that's the objective, because we've been made so, I don't even know what the proper term to even use. Damn it, why can't I keep up? This nigga, y'all see this shit? This nigga killing me. I'm a slick. I'm trying to talk to y'all, lying, not paying attention, in full focus. Nah, I'm just playing. It's just a game, as they say. Like I say, don't mean that, nigga. Y'all still gonna lose. I'm on my court too. I don't lose at home. Can't lose at home. You know what I'm saying? That's the last stand right there. You know what I'm saying? Home front. Let a motherfucker beat you on in your home type shit. Man, I don't know what to say about that. I just know I ain't going. Last motherfucker to try this shit, damn near didn't make it. On the real though. But that's why I don't fight. I don't get into confrontations. I do my best not to. Because if I do, and you the one who's trying to create these issues, guess what? You're not going to like the outcome, my friend. Cause I love when a motherfucker let the size fool for real. Rip on the edge. Shit. You know what they used to call me back in the day when I used to do a lot of hauling junk and stuff like that? They used to call me baby toe motor. Because they couldn't believe the level of strength I had picking up shit. Air conditioners and shit. I'm talking about these little 2-ton units and shit. It sound like a lot, but you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand leverage and positioning and your angles and all this different type of, math, if you will. Because that's like the one true subject that actually is real in school right now. I mean, somewhat anyway. But then that's why they gotta offer you their theories, because every theory has a potential to actually, exceed or succeed to the right solution based around how you operate it. I mean, like I say, but this is my perception. Fine ass up. Like I said, it still don't mean nothing. Halfway through the quarter, nigga, it's over for y'all. Like I said, it's over for y'all. Nigga, get your ass down the court. Ah, back down. Man. It don't even matter. It didn't hurt us because, hell, what are we up? We up like 21. So, like I said, nigga, we don't bullshit when we on our court. Nigga. We at home, nigga. I'm not bullshitting with you when I'm at home, man. Coming here with that bullshit in my home, nigga, you gonna get sent out fucked up. I'm not saying a motherfucker ain't out there that can't motherfucker, cause there's a motherfucker out there for every, you know what I'm saying? You think you can be the biggest, baddest motherfucker, but then guess what? You gotta always know it's a motherfucker out there bigger and better. Cause that's the whole point of life itself. It's for growth. You know what I'm saying? To become better or do better than, you know. I mean, that's my perspective though. But hey, I'm gonna finish this up, give y'all this. Oh, y'all can't even see all that though, can you? Yeah. I'm gonna give y'all a little more view of it. See if I can't. Oh, give y'all a little more courtside view. Oh shit, I'm letting this nigga just open. See what I'm saying? Good thing he missed, huh? Fire y'all ass up. You see, what's on that? Y'all can zoom in on that picture. Let's go. Beat a nigga down, fucking with me. Good rebound. Oh, come on. Damn, I thought I had his ass. Man, you should smack that shit. Like I say, don't even matter because they still lost. Yeah, nigga, quick little motherfucker. Nigga, I was full speed running down the court. This nigga still caught on me, man. You see that bullshit? I wasn't initially trying to shoot it, but I was looking forward to going in. Fortunately. And I got these last little 3 minutes. What's that? What's that? What's that? I don't know what that is, but got them M9s on. Hissa! Ooh. Fix me something to eat. Get back on this, developing these scripts for these little episodes that I've been working on. I'm still in the process of building and development on a lot of different little aspects of creations. You know, I'm just doing something that I enjoy, love doing, and trying to create it or put it on a more professional level. Nigga, I should have had this nigga, man. What the fudge? Ah! That's how you work as a unit, as a team. And we had that as a people, man. And then look at it from a perspective of all people came together. How the world would be, man. Oh my goodness. Especially if we looking at a level of, on a global scale, free healthcare, free energy. You know what I'm saying? At least those two things. Well, I say three: free healthcare, free energy, and free education. Those three. That's the trinity that we need. You know what I'm saying? Because that provides. Damn it, we kick out. Because that'll provide the level of stress relief off majority of us on so many different levels, to where now we can have more clearer thoughts. I only say that because now you're not stressing. So guess what that translates into for a lot of people? Well, hell, I ain't gotta drink now like that. I ain't gotta do these drugs or illegal substances, as they call it, like that. I ain't gotta pop these prescription pills and stuff like that, because the main reason for a person using is to relieve or escape a level of stress or hell, if you will, that they're experiencing in their lives. So let's start to try to really analyze a lot of things that we probably necessarily don't even recognize, pay attention to, because, like I say, the way we've been educated, I had to do a lot of re-education on a lot of different things because of the questions I've always had growing up, and I would ask, and then I would get this type of shook, like pushed off to the side. Don't worry about that. That ain't nothing. Type as, approach to it. And I'm like, hold on, man. Man, I should have killed it. Ain't there more to it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gotta be. It ain't. And then it's like, I'm not even gonna get into that. We at the last little hot 2 minutes of this game. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna finish this out in reference of the thought for the day. And goes into my little state of the course. Damn, my slow reaction. I'm trying to focus on the people out here. But then I ain't mad, because regardless of the outcome, and if I'm least doing what I need to do for myself in reference of being true to humanity, nature, you know what I'm saying? Then I don't have no fear, worry, or necessarily concern with, like I say, because at the end of the day, the one thing I feel like everybody looks for is the family to be taken care of. Not having to worry about nothing outside of breathing. You know what I'm saying? Still got my breath. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else really. You don't have to worry about, oh man, I don't pay this light bill. I don't have to worry about, man, I want to be able to go to college and get this education, but I don't have the financial resources to do so. And even though they create these different programs, you know what I'm saying, that's supposed to help or ensure that I can receive or at least obtain part of what I, you know, but this is me, looking at it, paying attention or observation through what I know, you know what I'm saying? And some of that, a lot of that comes out of a type of system that has been constructed to only benefit one group of people, you know what I'm saying, instead of all people. We know what's going on, we know what's happening, even though we might not openly discuss it in a manner today in reference to speaking because everybody in the way things work now. We're headed in the right direction, but it's still a whole lot of redevelopment. I would say deconstruction and reconstruction on a lot of things, especially with the law that we operate under. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of things is overcomplicated. You know, when I say overcomplicated, it's like, you know, what I've noticed about certain people, they like to go all the way around the world just to get to one point, and then all you got to do is take two steps. You see what I'm saying? Like, we got to go through the valley, over the mountain, and around the hills. Hey, we could have just took two steps. Boom, it's right there. Ah, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like if you looking at Tesla, and he was trying to promote and create this world of free energy, if nothing else, on a global scale. He got shut down, and a whole lot of shit behind that. A lot of his inventions and ideas and stuff was stolen as well. Uh, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff, man. Historically speaking, or if you really want to analyze his story, but you know, most of us can't necessarily get into or indulge in reference of actually salivating and finding truth or the most accurate information pertaining whatever subject. So that's why they say the blind lead the blind, because most motherfuckers leaders out here, and I'm not saying all of them, are blind. I say blind because they refuse to acknowledge the real information, the true information, the most accurate information. It's a type of, well, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm a this type attitude. Yeah, okay, but do you understand when what you call a Hebrew Israelite came into existence? Do you understand when the first Hebrew came into existence, or what we call Hebrew, or what is known as? Do you understand? You see what I'm saying? We don't recognize or pay attention like when we look at Israel, and if we break it down into a form of is, or man, I'm not even gonna go there. Ra or Ray, if you will, El, Elohim, Elo. You know what I'm saying? We're not even gonna get into that, man, cause you know that's beyond most people's comprehensional level of understanding of this information that is being taught or read. How can I say it in a inaccurate form or term in what we call religion? Now, it's some religious leaders that will acknowledge and ecstatically state the fact. Say, I'm gonna use one as an example from a video I had watched, Farrakhan, and he broke down. You know what I'm saying, like Islam, Christianity, and the different churches and religions, and you know what I'm saying. He broke it down, even though, and he still acknowledged what he is though. I'm a Muslim, you know what I'm saying, and such and such and such and such. But I do know that this religion and when it came into existence and this and that. And you have to question, man. I'm talking about he got so, man. I'm telling you, y'all need to check out. I'm gonna pull that up once. I'm gonna find that refine. I'm gonna have to find that. I'm gonna see if I saved it like to my little favorites list, or type deal or something. Because I want to go back and reanalyze. Try to dissect word by word within the phrase of context. Because he is one of the greatest speakers out here, man. The way he presents his case is just a level of elegance. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, dude, man. And I done had an opportunity to hear him speak twice. Once here in Nashville, and then I had the opportunity to see him speak down in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? Carolina Panthers, you know what I'm saying? Um, but that was a fun experience. Hell, I felt like I was here though, to be honest. It was like, the hell? Cause where I was, I forgot what part of town I was on. It's been some years now, but it was like, man, I swear I thought I was back in the hood, like back, like I was here. It was, and then the environment, the people, it was just like, man, all around the world, same. Hey, people don't recognize truth for truth because we've been blinded by the light. What does the light actually do? See, we've been taught about the light, but who created the light? You gotta always ask your question that when you make reference to the light. Who created the light? What was the purpose for the light? So you don't trip over shit in the dark. Now I'm gonna leave y'all alone, man. Let me get up out of here, man. That's just the Duzzy's thought for the day. You know what I'm saying? It's reference to speaking what's on my mind and give y'all a little insight to the bio of how I kind of operate in reference of, perceiving certain things, the frequency level in which I operate, even though you might not pick it up necessarily because you might, I mean, we all operate on different frequencies in reference of saying within our own personal biometric system, what we call the human body, blah, 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 blah. We can get on some real levels, on some real information on these vessels that we operate in, not recognizing our true self, which is our consciousness. It's hard to fathom these and process these actual truths. I've took the time, spent the energy to actually like, and if you get into your science and medical field studies and all this type of stuff, you'll discover what they know and what they can do. Get into neuroscience and shit, man. Nigga, they got the whole brain, man. They actually realize now that, oh my goodness, it's, do your research, do your research, do your research, do your research. Don't stop. I took a break for a good many years because it was so much. I swear, I got it to a point, man. I was taking in so much information and so much right knowledge and information, accurate, and was, man. It I slick, because when they talk about your DNA and your code and all this and stuff, right? And how we all have these parts on our DNA and our strands and whatnot that is inactive and so forth, and they trying to figure out the potential possibilities of what does that mean, what is that, what does that operate, and what they have learned so far up to this point within study and experimenting, blah 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 blah, and so forth to obtain this information. And it's like they have learned certain factors and certain parts of the DNA strand and structure within most humans and so forth. Da 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 da. This is this, and this contains that, and this what makes or operates that based around our. You know what I'm saying? But they still have so much they don't know, and the things that we can't unlock necessarily based around, like I said when I was talking about earlier, the dietary. because we're not living the the human dietary. We're living the creature dietary, if you will, or the animalistic side of ourselves dietary. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm caveman, type dietary. Not I'm a child of the sun. I'm a son of God, uh, within the solar plex that resides in our man. It gets deep, man. You want to know the truth, man. That's how it goes, man. It's that matrix we trapped in that we don't even comprehend because we loving the comfortability of what we think is us. This you know what I'm saying? We think this is who I am. This is a representation of my consciousness, a representation of my true self, but not my true self. If you can follow that, this vessel, this temple that we desecrate every day because of how we've been educated, not realizing or knowing it, and loving every minute of it because we've been programmed to do so. And if you're melanated within a deep complexion of not considered fair or less melanin within the strands of your complexion, then you're dealing with a type or level of hardship that has been created or ordained. I mean, man, you know what? Uh, I feel like I can't say wasting my breath, but I'm releasing that negative energy that flows within the thoughts because of what's happened, or like I say, through my own experience, what I've experienced, and that's one of the primary reasons when I look at it like, oh, you got to get out and vote type shit. For me, it's like I don't get into the politics, what you call the politics, because for one thing I've learned and just through study and research and research and research and research, you see what I'm saying? That it don't matter who win, what party, but then if you're looking at the party or the the Democrats, now we look at that word itself and break it down and break it up. I don't want to go there though, because it, now they say that's above your pay grade. That's above your mental conception. Mother Java. You mother Java. Y'all just don't know. And what they got in store for us as people, man. I've been seeing certain things for years of what's happened or gonna happen and it's starting to happen now. And people who's been around me and who can, I wish they was kind of here almost in a way to validate some of this, you know what I'm saying, within reference to, yeah, man, like, you know what I'm saying, remember they're talking about they're going to infect people and like some kind of virus, and then now all of a sudden Corona come out shit. You know what I'm saying? And then they're not really done with that. Now you got to look at how it operates. It's a seasonal thing. It's like the common cold and the flu. It comes during the cold season now, when when there's no sun radiating to its full potential or level where, you know what I'm saying, it gets deep, man. It gets deep on so many variations of levels into a metaphysical realm, a physical realm, on different dimensional planes. So, you know what I'm saying? So you think in the cold season you become your body temperature drops because, you know what I'm saying, your body temperature naturally sits at about like 98 degrees naturally. You know what I'm saying? If it goes below a certain degree, they say something wrong with you. It gets a higher below a certain degree to say something wrong. But we never truly analyze these variations or did our own work in understanding what is happening or going on or to just want to know in general, so I don't have to depend on or run to, because I know myself. That's what y'all religious people love to call Jesus was doing his little uh, visitation across different lands and teaching people how to be self sufficient, not to become a dependent, but depend on yourself and know yourself and what you can do. Don't allow, you know what I'm saying? Man, it gets so deep. But hey, check this out. I'm gonna go and drop this right here. I didn't realize I've been running this long. I'm gonna finish this up because I can at least finish up the game. Y'all already clearly see I won. You know what I'm saying? Based around the time. I don't know if you can see that properly, but that's part of why the motherfuckers kept slicking me. Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to look at this, pay attention, even though I see no, but it's cool. I understand. It's just one of them spur of the moment thought processes to just cleanse, detoxify on a spiritual level. But, you know, maybe you'll get to that point where you understand that process. Maybe you have your own process already set up to where, you know what I'm saying? Because we all need our little own little personal little way of detoxifying ourselves, you know, mentally, spiritually, and physically. You know what I'm saying? So we'll just get back later. Check it out. What I got left? How much time? No, wait a minute. That's the end of the game. What I'm saying. We'll go to the interview. Uh, Everybody stepped up.
I hope it made a difference. I always try to get involved wherever it makes sense, but more than anything, I think the guys around me were really stepping up, so I can't take too much credit here. We played a good game, and it was nice for me to have a solid part in it. This is a team game, though, so let's not put too much
This
focus
is
on
a
me.
team game. I know everybody like to think I did it all on my own. Whoop 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 whoop. Technically, you didn't, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I know we all like to think that, but technically, we never do. Because you always gonna need that other motherfucker to finalize or to be able to obtain, or you see what I'm saying? So how can you do it all by yourself? You print your money by yourself? That's considered illegal because you're not part of the government or federal. You see what I'm saying? Come on, man. You gotta actually think about a lot of the things that we've been. Man, this shit's crazy out here, man. I mean, but this is my perspective and thoughts. Looking at the world around. Because shit. If you don't question how you're supposed to know. And if you get into that what we call Bible or Biblos, that little book, can't be holy. I only say that in reference that it's incomplete. So it's not whole. Or what you look at as holy. Or when you say holy, shit, that's another subject for another subject on another day and a matter in time. But we're going to get into that. We're going to break it all the way down for you. Where you're going to be like, oh. Now, I know plenty of people have done it before in different ways and on different levels. I'm going to give you Duzhestayhigh perspective. From beginning to end. We're going to short grade or short film it, style that mug, where it's like on a layman term basis, if I can, to try to make it more comprehensible for every and any and everybody to be able to grasp and understand the true nature of what's happening to us as people. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you might live on this planet, because we on the surface. We're not really living in the planet. You know what I'm saying? We're on the surface. Because it's a world inside the world in which we recognize on top. But it goes beyond your level of comprehension of thought. So, Above your pay grade, nigga. Above your pay grade. It's like dealing with some of these little white niggas. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I only say that because you know what I'm saying. If you take in reference of the term or has it been applied within a dictionary uh, phrase of explanation, you know, from terms of endearment through a culture such and such, uh, the rock, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even, because I can pull out, let's see which one I got. Which one I got? I got a couple dictionaries, but let's see. I got Webster's, let's see, Random House, Webster's version right here. Got a Webster's. Oh, what happened to my other one? I got to find that. I got books laying around. But besides that, we just gotta know, for me anyway, one thing above nothing else. Who, what, where I come from. And I'm not just saying like, oh, I come from my mama. Mama, what do you mean? And this is my family. I mean, beyond that, chronologically, genealogy to the beginning of your bloodline type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you trace your roots and you be like, oh shoot, I'm from the Congo. My people was from the Congo when I do my love and this and that and in this region within the Congo, we was we go back all the way back to Samaria or what you call Iran, Iraq, and all this day modern day. The you know what I'm saying? This is the level in which how we supposed to be knowing basic information that we've been deprived of because motherfuckers don't see us as people or humans, but more so as a commodity, a resource, uh, item to be sold. Until we start to recognize and get that through our heads to where we can finally band together and unite as human and understand, overstand our different ethnic group or species of human and respect each other's culture, then we're doomed to destroy ourselves. But that's Duzzy's perspective.